Welcome back, Flur community. Happy Monday. I hope you're all well and having an incredible day as always. We got Alan Sykes in the house. We've got Elliot. I'm going to address your question in a second. Doc Bob D and the professor as well, kicking out his boss just so he can listen into the stream. I absolutely love that. That's some dedication there. Oh, we got Crypto Granny too. So we're starting things off here on the channel, and it's amazing to see that we are 59,500 subscribers going on strong. We did have a bit of a pause, but it looks like with the imminent distribution event, we're back on the grind, and it's looking pretty good. And I just want to take this moment to say thank you all for those who have stuck around for the past couple of months. I know it may have been frustrating having to wait, but good things come to all those who wait, right? Before we do jump into things, this is obviously the weekly news roundup here, but after each Monday session, what we do is we actually have a chat for the members, and we also have this quiz league, and the quiz league was, I guess it ended a couple of weeks ago with Jimmy Thing racking up 250 XRP. We got freaking awesome with his quizzing knowledge, winning 100 XRP, and Terra Mesa winning 50 XRP. And the leaderboards have actually just reset, and the next big prize fund is going to be available at the end of the year, so at the end of December. So if you are a member, and that's a YouTube member or a Patreon member, please be sure to check out the Discord, because you get access to all of these additional rooms and a lot of things that normal people can't necessarily see, and it's just my way of giving back to you and basically saying thank you. So we're going to start things off in usual tradition here with flurmetrics.io, a great website for those looking to, I guess, check out the performance and the analytics of various signal providers on the Songbird network. We can order here by reward rate, and we're going to talk about the top, I guess, 10. So we got in first place 01 FTSO, second place Evolve FTSO, third place Flare Oracle, fourth place Ivy Oracle, and fifth place Oracle Swap FTSO. It looks like the Flare Oracle here is topping the charts in terms of the reward rate plus an additional incentives, but we got 01 here being the biggest reward rate this week, or so far anyway. And it looks like a lot of these here in the top 5 at least, excluding Oracle Swap, have reduced their fees. So this could be what's attributing to their high reward rate, right? You can see that many of them are set at 20, which is the standard amount. But I think it's great to see how all of these signal providers are sort of becoming competitive with each other to give us, the delegators, the best bang for the buck. 6th place, we have S-Toads. 7th place, Witter FTSO. 8th place, AFTSO. 9th place, FTSO IT. And in 10th place, FlareFi. Okay. So yes, I was actually going to add this as well to our weekly updates. This is nifty.io. It's a website where you can check the rarities of various NFT collections on the Songbird network. Now, if we scroll down a bit, they also have this here. So it talks about the Songbird volume for particular NFT collections, and you can filter this by 7 days, 30 days, or 24 hours. But I thought this would be nice to include just on the weekly update, just so everyone has an idea of which collections are doing well, which collections are liquid. And so on the first place, we have the Fat Tigers, obviously the newest release or the addition to the Fat Cats series. Second place, Fat Cats, so they're basically topping the charts there, both of them. Third place, we have S-Toads. And finally, I guess we'll do the top 5. We have the Fat Leopards as well, which was the second collection of the Fat Cats. So they're doing pretty well, 3 collections out of the top 4. And finally, in 5th place, we have the Super Bad series. I'm going to talk a little bit about this specific collection in a second, because this is the OG Genesis collection. But before we do that, I just wanted to highlight the importance of oracles and decentralized price feeds. So many of you know the Songbird network and the Flare network have the Flare time series oracle, the FTSO, right? Now, if we look at other solutions, and don't get me wrong, I am a big supporter of Alliance Block. I do have some tokens myself, as said here, but if we read this message, the CoinGecko API is experiencing a service outage, and therefore users might experience issues on the DeFi terminal, not showing campaigns or on the bridge with token balances not properly returned. So this is what happens when you rely on a single entity to provide data for you, right? It's, I guess, open to points of failure, but with the FTSO, the actual data is collated from many signal providers, and then it's a calculated average is the output, and it just makes it a lot more robust. Here we have the website from FTSO EU talking about the decentralization of the network. You can see all the stats here, so looking pretty good. These known partners that we see are running 5. They're basically infrastructure partners, expert infrastructure partners who are helping bootstrap the decentralization of the network. Their nodes are basically going to be eventually offloaded to the signal providers over time. So looking pretty good there. We did have this from a member of the actual Flur team. He's a developer, and there we go, head of documentation. So if we look at this, this is a roadmap to clearly define the Flur launch process. So many of you may know that Flur has gone into or going into a beta phase, and don't get it twisted. This is not a meltdown, a further delay. It's just the process of basically migrating from the network in its current state to distributing the token, making sure it's fully decentralized, and completing the first proposal, and that includes obviously people voting on it and whatnot. And we're going to see all of this happen in due course. So that's where we're currently at the minute, private observation mode, and yeah, it's going to go through this and cascade through these periods, and I'll be sure to update everyone. Token distribution event here. And that's when 66% of the validator power is independent of Flur. So good things are coming. We know that the token distribution event is expected to occur between October the 24th, I believe, and November the 6th. So stay tuned for that. And if we just check up on the comments here. So yes, Elliot mentioned in the comments of this, the live stream, he was talking about how he cannot see this asset on his Bifrost wallet, and it's likely that the Bifrost team have purposely excluded this because this is actually a malicious token. Well, not malicious token, but they're planning to try and draw you to this website here, right? A lot of people, a lot of these, I guess, scam artists, they prey on people's greed, right? So let me just get this straight. So the Flur token is the native asset of the Flur network, just like Songbird is the native asset of the Songbird network. Wrapped Flur is the Flur what's been wrapped on the Flur network. Wrapped Songbird is the Songbird which has been wrapped on the Songbird network, right? You can't have wrapped Flur on here. So if you have been distributed something like this, I mean, you can look here. They're all sending it to this address, which is like, it's basically the black hole address, because no one wants these tokens. They're basically saying, here's a token, look at this, you'll come to this and say, what is this token all about? They're hoping that you'll go on this website, dflare.xyz. That's this website where you can apparently wrap and unwrap your FLR, which is not the case because, as many of you know in the community, FLR has not been distributed yet. I mean, if we go back to the official team members, or the official documentation here, we can see that we're here, right? None of this has happened. The TDE, the token distribution event, has not occurred, right? So they're trying to direct you to this malicious website. You'll connect your wallet, and that's where things could be, I guess, go downhill, right? So all I'm saying is just don't fall into the greed. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is, okay? So just, I guess, make note of that. Regarding FIP, also known as the Flur Improvement Protocol 01, this is the first one. It changes the distribution, as many of you know. There is going to be a website which is going to allow you to track all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to be giving you a heads up once this is live and all of that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. Just notice that something is coming. Solidify. Yes, it's here. A DApp for Flur. In anticipation for the Flur airdrop, we have built a new delegation app. Switch easily between the Songbird and Flare network and earn your delegation rewards. So this is great. You know, it's great to see more signal providers and whatnot jumping on board. And yeah, it looks like they've got a lot of interesting stuff here. You've obviously got your wrapping, unwrapping, all of that good stuff. So yeah, another infrastructure provider joins the team. We got this from King Doggo XRP. There are going to be 50 plus exchanges ready to distribute the FLR tokens to their people. FLR will have the biggest token launch ever in crypto, and only the XRP community talk about it. So soon they will all know, and it's very true. You know, I imagine the majority of people watching are XRP holders or may have been XRP holders. You know, I think we're here at a really interesting point because, you know, if you've been here for a while, you hopefully realize that some of the protocols that the Flur team are launching are really novel, especially when it comes to connecting everything. That's their tagline, right? And, you know, they're doing something that's never been done before. And, you know, it's going to be amazing when we see this wave of new activity from various communities that want to use some of these DeFi products, but they can't on their originating favorite crypto network. You know, say for Dogecoin, it doesn't have smart contracts functionality, but soon they will realize. I guess a specific one here is Nexo. So, you know, a lot of these exchanges, you know, I just want to actually clear something up here. So a lot of the exchanges that may not have distributed Songbird, they was never obliged to. It was never within sort of a contract or whatnot. They agreed to distribute FLR, and after that, the Songbird network, the idea of the Songbird network was conceived. So when the exchanges agreed to distribute FLR, the Flur team, the exchanges, they didn't even know about Songbird and that there was going to be a canary network for Flur. So just because a network has not distributed Songbird, it does not mean that they're not going to distribute FLR, okay? We have Nexo here confirming that they will certainly be doing so. And in fact, there are plenty of other exchanges that, in fact, we might be able to go here. Maybe not. Give me a second. So you can see all of the exchanges here, or at least you used to be able to. Let me see. It was definitely on this website, but I guess they've removed it. So that's interesting. But regardless, we're going to power on here. Let me see. Yes. So for those who missed it, there was a interview between FLR Finance and the New to the Street section or segment. It was actually really interesting. I'm sure many of you watched it. It was definitely worth watching. I do have a link here for those who are interested. Basically covering FLR Finance, what it's about, and it's great to see that exposure coming to, I guess, the masses, you know, getting a bit more of a wider reach there. FLR Finance also released an update to their white paper, and this is Project Scopos. So it's a set of tools used to index blockchain data, and from what I read about this, I did quickly read through the white paper changes because it is quite a hefty document. But yeah, it indexes blockchain data, and you may be wondering what the hell does that mean, right? So in order to basically query blockchain data, you're going to have some specialist knowledge, and it can be quite what's the word? Limiting, I guess. You know, if there is a database of all of the blockchain data, then you're going to be able to query it in ways that you can't do right now. So, you know, maybe it's a query like finding all of the transactions between one block and another, or something a little bit more complicated, or between certain dates. They're going to have all kinds of filters, I imagine. So this is definitely welcomed, and I'm intrigued to see how this actually looks, because I think it's just going to be an API which you can query, and who knows, I may even build a website around this to show some statistics on the Songbird and Flare network in the future. So we'll see what happens. Again, FLR Finance, they're on a bit of a roll recently. They've been, well, talking about some of these boundaries that they're pushing with NFTs, and I found this pretty interesting, actually. Some of these, I guess, features is something that I haven't really considered. So fractionalization, we've all heard about this, you know, a really expensive NFT that you can chip in and, you know, collectively buy as a community. This is not a new concept as far as I'm concerned. Dynamic NFTs, this is something that we've seen recently with Pangolin, where, you know, you're earning APY and it's represented as an NFT. Again, this is fairly novel. Haven't seen this that much in the wild. I know Metropolis also has something similar to this, where the passports that you can buy do actually evolve over time. NFTs and DeFi, I guess that's again similar to Pangolin Exchange. But this one's quite interesting as well. Converting NFTs to fungible tokens. I think this is an interesting concept. I can't wait till Thursday actually to pick Thanasimos's brain about this. In fact, I think he's having a week off, but maybe the following week. Castable NFTs. This is an interesting one. So using it as spells, and this is a new standard that I haven't really looked into that much yet. But the idea of using NFTs in game and disposing of them in terms of, you know, like burning them in exchange for some sort of, I don't know, effect or something. Very interesting. Again, I think this one's very similar as well. Code Magic and Bernard. So I'm going to give this another read. I think it's an interesting document, and it's great to see FLR Finance on the cutting edge of all of this stuff regarding NFTs. Told you we'd come back to the Superbad series, so I'm not sure if you've seen this yet. I may have shown it last week, actually, but regardless, Unreal Engine 5 just showing how detailed it can actually be. Let me just blow this up real quick. Yeah, this is the game that they're building from the Superbad series, and it looks pretty impressive. I'm sure you're going to agree. The environment, at least, you know, the game mechanics, the actual, you know, user and how they're moving about throughout the landscape. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. In fact, if we go here, we had this here. So yeah, here we go. So Mr. Crypto Playground was talking about any benefit for SB Genesis seed holders. That's the Superbad Genesis seed holders, and that's the collection that I did mention over here. This one here. So in fact, we'll just quickly pop it up. So in case you haven't seen them before, but all of these, yeah, if you're holding one of these, you should be getting an airdrop. So give me a second. There we go. So Superbad series replied, there certainly is. You will get an airdrop of a Superbad monster, 1-to-1, hand-drawn by Marvel comic book artist. You will also get an airdrop for a free Deviant for our game that is in development, and that's the game that I just showed you. So yeah, and you're going to be able to use that within the game as a playable character, and you're also going to get some of the future coin as well. So something to look forward to. You know, we haven't seen much games over here on Songbird, but I'm sure that's going to change in the future. Decent Wallets, they've just released their Songbird-based NFT support. You're going to be able to see that in the Collections tab. I do actually have a link for anyone who's interested in buying a Decent Wallet. You can get a nice, hefty discount in the link of the link in the description of this video. So be sure to check that out if you're planning to get one for yourself or someone for, like, I guess, a present for Christmas, all that good stuff. Yes, this masterpiece here, this is like the Flur community. I absolutely love this, and I did show it on Thursday. This is sort of the face reveal. This was created by Crypto crypto avatar creator, Doge Hater. That's Hugo Filion right there. I absolutely love it. But yeah, there's the Flur community poker cards. There's my head. If you can see that, that's me. But yeah, I actually sent Doge Hater a video of myself, and he sort of mapped it all together and came up with this. And this is his piece of work, you know, his masterpiece. I didn't commission him, but we are working on something else special for the Flur network specifically. But what I did want to mention is, for those who are holding the Flur community poker club cards, if you're holding one of these, or the first person to hold one of these that wins is going to get a share of 15,000 Songbird, and this was generously donated by Doge Hater himself. If you're yet to follow him, I don't know why you wouldn't, but he has some really funny videos. Let me just see if I can find, look at that, Brad Garlinghouse in his XRP shorts with his Ripple surfboard. Yeah, this guy is, he's something else. I'm sure you've seen his workabouts on Twitter and whatnot. I don't know. I do have a few favorites, but yeah, it's definitely worth checking out, even just for like, you know, the fun. You see that, the XRP flip. Oh, I can't with this guy. It's always good for a couple of laughs. But yeah, we also have this from Jude. He's a really talented animator here. He does a lot of like I guess like particle collisions and whatnot. This is his latest creation. You know, it's a work of art, like literally, you know. Yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. I do like Jude. He's created some incredible animations in the past, and I'm sure he's going to create many more in the future. For those who may want an update on Kings of Strategy, they recently put out this announcement here. So, you know, just a quick short and sweet one here. The scope of Kings of Strategy has expanded massively, which is very intriguing. There is a new roadmap in the works, and they're still working flat out, still here and still building. So yeah, it's gone in a bit of incognito, let's say, under the radar, but they are still active, which is always reassuring. Last but not least, we have community legend Doc Bob D, who created the Pixel Plants NFT. He's been busy over the weekend, and he's actually added a few variations, a few influences, and I've had the privilege of actually seeing some of these. They are actually pretty good, and if you haven't seen them yet, see if we can get a bit of a preview. So they look similar to this. There's a few of the old school previews, but there are some additional layers now, and does a very good job in you know, giving some of this money back to charity as well. If you're holding some of these NFTs, as I am, you actually get opportunities to win some of the additional benefits that you may receive, such as S-Ribbits, you know, if that's who he chooses to delegate to. So be sure to check that out too. So I guess that pretty much wraps it up for this week. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and thank you all for watching. You know, I try to keep these weekly updates short and sweet. It just depends on how much news there is. But for those of you who may be interested, all the members, the Patreon members, all of that good stuff, we are heading over to the Discord now. I have lined up a very interesting quiz for you this week. Obviously, 30 XRP every week and 400 XRP for the Quiz League winner. If you are interested, come find us here on the members stage. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, everyone. And until next time, I'm out.
We have liftoff.